Alright guys, hello, Bravo yugioh here, coming at you guys with a in-depth hero deck profile. Let's get to it. Alright, starting off with the starters. Starting off with 3 Vision Hero Vion. Absolutely the best normal summon in the deck. It enables so many plays. You can dump a Malicious to get an Extender engraved to keep going. You can dump a Shadow Mist to get a search off. This does so much for the deck. Absolutely a 3 of the best normal summon. Stratos, formerly the best normal summon in the deck. Still really good though. We just play one. On summon, it searches any hero monster. And the effect that a lot of people don't realize or don't use, I would say, is the effect to pop spell and trap cards up to the number of other hero monsters you control. Really good to know, really good to be aware of. It has definitely won me a couple games in the past, getting over like floodgates or just face downs or anything like that. Stratos still really good, just not as good as it once was. More starters. The Vision Hero package, Vision Hero Fairs. Increase is not a starter, but these go hand in hand. You definitely don't want to increase without a Fairs. You don't want to draw this card. That's why you only play one of it. But I draw so much, it's ridiculous. But it'd be like that. What increase allows you to do, this plus another hero monster is full combo. It gets you to your Vion. So what it does, you discard another hero monster, special summon this, and then when this card is special summon, you can place a Vision Hero into your spell and trap card zone, which is going to be increased. The increase effect reads, while this card is in the spell and trap card zone, you contribute a hero monster. It is a continuous trap card, so it does work at trap card speed, which is very, very important to know. You contribute a hero monster, special summon this card, and when this card is special summoned from the spell trap card zone, you special summon a Vision Hero from your deck, and that gets you the Vion, and Vion does Vion things. Also, something I forgot, Vion's other effect, you can banish a hero monster from your grave and add polymerization from deck to hand. Really, really good. So that's what the Vision Hero package does. It literally just gets you to your Vion. And it also acts as an extender if need be. It doesn't always have to put the increase in. Like in later game states, your increase is going to be in your graveyard. And you may have this in hand, you can play 3 of it. You can just use it as an extender to continue your plays. Now, absolute, you want to see this. You absolutely want to see this in your first one. This card by itself is full combo. It is the best card in the deck, 100%. Alright, so you play it, and you dump Denier and Malicious into your grave, and it gets you your DPE, and Denier gets you Malicious back, and Malicious Denier gets you to your extra hero Cross Crusader, and you're just off to the races from there. You 100% want to see this in your open hand. Anytime you see this is great, but in your open hand is really broken, really good. 100% best card in the deck. So other starters we have is the Hero Lives. Pay half your life points, and you special summon an elementalhero from your deck. This is one typically 99% of the time getting to your Stratos and getting your search off, and it just starts off your plays. Really good. I know the half your life points is kind of steep if you're playing this turn 1. You literally playing 4,000, but it gets you to your Stratos without having to commit your normal summon, which is good. So it can also act as an extender almost in that way. Rhoda, E-Call, just searchers. Searchers, level 4 lore monsters, search your elemental monsters. So this can search your Stratos, which can then search your Ferris or anything like that. And this can search, you can search Stratos, you can search Liquid Soldier, Shadow Mist. Mostly it's searching Vion though, if that's your normal summon for the turn. You're mostly searching Vion. And the last of the starters is Pride of Prosperity. This just allows you banish 3 or 6 from your extra deck, and you look at that many from the top of your deck, and you add one of the cards from amongst them. With the amount of starters that we play, other cards that can pass the starters, you're gonna hit something. Deck is really consistent for the most part, and this just helps that cause. It helps you get your starter, and it allows you to dig for Fusion Destiny, which is great if you don't have it. It also allows you to dig for max change. Opening max change in this deck is plus the starter is really good because it allows the possibility of an inboard of Dark Law as well on your opponent's turn, and which is good, along with your Plasma and your DPE, which is your normal inboard. Add a Dark Law to that mix, and it's pretty tough for your opponent. And now we're going to move on to the main combo pieces. Destiny Hero Plasma, we have Denier and Malicious. Plasma is the boss monster that 100% you're going to end on your first turn board. I don't know a combo line where you don't end, where you open your starters and your extenders, and you don't end on this. You don't play one, it's very searchable. Off Shadow Mist, off Stratos, off Extra Hero Cross Crusader, which is the extra deck monster we'll get to. But yeah, this is a face-up skill drain. So what it does, I know you can't read this when it's in German, but tribute 3 monsters to special summon it, and then negates the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. And you can target one. This part's not a quick effect. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, or target one monster in general your opponent controls, and equip it to this card, and it gains half that monster's attack. So really good card. And paired with Destiny Hero Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, it makes it really difficult to get over because the amount of heroes you're gonna have in your graveyard, and Phoenix Enforcer makes your opponent's monsters lose 200 attack for each one. So it's really hard to get over. So this package here, this Destiny Hero Denier just came out in Burst of Destiny, and this and Destroy Phoenix Enforcer are some of the best hero support we've gotten in years. This card, if you have a Destiny Hero on the field or in your graveyard, you can special summon this card once per duel, and when this card is special summoned, you can take a Destiny Hero from your graveyard or that's banished and place it on top of your deck. So how it works, I'm sure you guys know. With Malicious, you know, he's in graveyard, you banish him, and you special summon another Malicious from your deck. That is not once per turn. So so the combo is, use Malicious' effect, and while this is in your graveyard, you can special summon it with its own effect, and put your banished Malicious back to the top of the deck. And then link these off, or get this Malicious back in grave, and it's basically like Malicious is back at 3. This card's really good card, really broken. And for some other hero monsters, I don't want to say they're essential combo pieces, but they do come up, and they they help you with consistency or gaining advantage. We have Liquid Soldier and Shadow Mist. Like I said earlier, this searches out Mass Change, and it also searches out any hero monster. You can only use one of its effects per turn. So you can either search out Mass Change when it's special summon, or you can, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can search out a hero monster. And Liquid Soldier, when it's used as fusion material, when it's sent to the graveyard or banished as fusion material, you draw 2 cards and you discard 1. So this is a way to dig deep into your deck. Heroes don't end on a lot of disruption turn 1. Typically your end board is Plasma and Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. So Plasma being a skill drain, and Destroy Phoenix Enforcer being a reoccurring pop. It's typically what you end on. So this in your combo can help you dig deeper, maybe hit a hand trap like an Ash or Imperm that we're playing, just for more interruption on your opponent's turn. And these other cards, we have Honest Neos. Just the way this card really in there is searchable and really helps you like push for game with other cards here like Vision Hero Trinity and things like that, but we'll get to that. A Dusted Gold. This card is your enabler for Malicious Bane, which we are playing. Card just got a reprint, thank God, because this is pushing like 150 bucks. Yeah, so you just discard this and you add a Dark Caller from deck to hand, and Dark Calling gets you to your Malicious Bane, which is still a very good, and it's a bomb of a card. And the last 2 hero monster we're playing is Celestial and Dynatag. You do run into situations where you may get into a bit of a grind game, and you've already dumped your Shadow Mist and your Malicious into the graveyard. This is just another dump for Fusion Destiny, so you can make Destroy Phoenix Enforcer or maybe Dystopia. And this card's really gotten popular over the last month or so since Destroy Phoenix Enforcer's been in the meta game. You banish it while it's in the graveyard. You banish this to Destiny Hero monster and allows you to draw 2. So it's really good for follow-up on plays and things like that when you get it engraved. Dynatech is really here to enable the effect of Dystopia whenever that comes up, whenever he comes up. And it's also another Destiny Hero name. So that's really good. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Now for the fusion spells. We have 3 Mass Change. Mass Change is, I would say, the best fusion spell in the deck. It gets you to your Dark Law, which a lot of decks really struggle with Dark Law this format, unless you're playing like Flunderies or something, which Dark Law kind of helps them out. But other than that, Dark Law is still really good. And the same thing with, like I said, with Plasma. Dark Law paired with Destroy Phoenix Enforcer makes Dark Law really hard to get over. And this also works almost like a Call by the Grave for cards like Effect Veiler or Infinite Impermanence. Because what you do, for example, you can normal summon your Vion or use the effect of your Vion, and they'll try to chain to it. They'll chain to it with Infinite Impermanence. You can mass change your Vion, tripping it off to get your Dark Law, and you still get your Vion effect because their Imperm or their Effect Veiler has lost their target. So that is a way you can play around that. We have Mirror Confusion. We are playing the, what's the name of that card? The Sunrise, Elementalhero Sunrise, which makes this searchable. So that is in there. OG Poly, I only play 1. It is searchable off of Vision Hero Vion. Vion just does so much for the deck. And the last one is Dark Hollow, like I said, for Dusty Gold. This is the fusion spell that allows you to go for a Malicious Bane. Now for the Hand Trap / Ghost second cards, we have 3 Ash Blossom. Just solid. I feel like it's always gonna be one of the better hand traps. Better in some matchups, better in others. Against Sword Soul, Ash doesn't really do much at all. But it's something. I think it's very solid. I think it would be a mistake not to play in any deck, honestly. 2 Nib here. Heroes can go first, and they can, something they can do. Heroes really excel, I feel like, at going second because of pure punching power. They OTK really easily. So if you can nib your opponent and just give them a token, leave them on as little interruptions as possible, I feel like heroes really don't have a tough time pushing through anything with cards like Malicious Bane or Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. So that's what nib enables. You just they make their plays, you nib them. If they can't play through it, it's pretty much game next turn, honestly. 3 Imperm. Imperm self-explanatory. Really 5 Imperm. I am playing 2 Challenge. If I had them, these would 100% be what's the name of that card? Forbidden Droplet. I feel like Forbidden Droplet and Nib kind of fall into, your opponent makes a board and you out it with a droplet. You weaken their monsters and you negate their effects and just make it really easy for heroes to punch over them and be able to go for game. And we have a Call by the Grave just for protection of your plays, and we have 2 talents. I feel like Hero has a lot of hand trap targets. People are gonna want to hit your Vion with an Ash or a Veiler or things like that. People are gonna want to hit your Increase effect, especially from deck with an Ash or things like that. So I feel like it's really hard for people not to play into talents. And for the reason, that's why I feel like talents is really good. Because if you want to stop heroes, like you're gonna have to play into it. Like they almost don't have a choice. And I think this just punishes them the best way possible. Now, something I've considered putting into this deck is, I know people don't like this card, but Crossout Designator. I feel like I can open up spots for Crossout Designator because this deck's biggest heal is Nibiru. And the combo doesn't give you an out to Nibiru, like a way to play around it or anything. You kind of almost have to play and hope they just don't have it. And I think Crossout would remedy that to a degree, since we do main deck Nibirus. And also, Crossout would be able to hit other people's Fusion Destiny since it's so popular. in people's main decks, which I think that'd be really good. So we're gonna move on to the extra deck here. Moving on to the extra deck for the links, we have 2 extra hero cross crusader. You're making this every game. Every game. This is another searcher for your deck. It takes 2 hero monsters, and on summon it special summon the Destiny hero from your graveyard, and then you contribute a Destiny hero monster on your field to search for a hero monster from your deck. Card's really good, super good. It just gets you extra combo pieces. Depending on how your combo goes and how your hand opening hand starts off with, you're either gonna search plasma with this, or I don't know, the liquid soldier, whatever you need. Just all depending on your hands. Wonder driver. This resets your when a hero monster is normal special summon to the zone. It resets your poly or your fusion destiny or your mass change. I typically, if I have enough extenders in hand, find myself going into this during the first combo and resetting my poly and using it twice. But it doesn't come up all the time. There was a point in time where I wasn't playing this, but through play testing and things like that, I do feel like this is necessary. Just very necessary. So 1 is fine. Verte Anaconda. I do not make this a lot. But there are times where you only open 1 hero being Vion, and you can't really extend past that or do anything. So you don't summon Vion, send malicious to grave, use malicious effect, you overlay for Verte Anaconda, and you at least end on a DPE to have some form of disruption on your opponent's turn when you get those unfortunate hands. Next we have Dread Decimator. Nothing too crazy. Makes makes him and your heroes really big. This is another way to push for game or get over like troublesome monsters like a big nip token or anything like that. You can use his effect while he's pointing at Malicious Bane. And Malicious Bane, it doesn't destroy monsters based off his original attack. It destroys it based off his current attack. And so that's a pretty cool thing you can do to get over bigger issues. The best card, hands down, in the deck. This card is amazing. DPE, what it does, your opponent loses 200 attack for each hero monster in your grave. So, and typically with this card, card's only using, your opponent's monster only using 400 when people just splash the package into another deck. But in heroes, through testing and through playing, I feel like at least your opponent's monsters are gonna be losing 1,000 attack on their turn because of this card after you combo off and after you go first. Card's really good. It's a pop. You can destroy this card. You can destroy a card you control and another card on the field. So typically you destroy him, and another card on the field. Typically your opponent controls. And then you activate his effect. During the next time by phase, you special summon a Destiny hero monster from your graveyard. And in other decks, you just special summon him back out from the graveyard during the next time by phase, so you can continuously get the pop. But in this deck, I found myself after I've used Denier's effect to special summon itself out with its own effect, because that's only once per duel. During the next time by phase, I'll get back out Denier and use Denier's effect to put back the malicious again to reopen that line of play. And then I make the malicious and the Denier into another Cross Crusader, and I use Cross Crusader's effect to get this out instead of just straight getting this out during the standby phase. It just gives you more options. But yes, this is 100% the best card in the deck. Would not be playing heroes if this card did not get printed. Malicious Bane, the bomb. He is just what it does. You can can't be destroyed by battle, I believe. Yes, can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And you can destroy destroy monsters your opponent controls whose attack is equal to or less than this card's attack. And this card permanently gains 200 attack for each card monster destroyed that way. So if this stays on the field, He just gets bigger and bigger and becomes more of a problem for your opponent to out and get over. But typically, when you're going for him, you're going for game anyway. Dystopia. Don't go into this card a lot, but it does come up with Fusion Destiny. I typically send Malicious or Dynatag for this, or Celestial and Dynatag, depending on the state of the game. What this card does on summon, and also also really good in time on tournaments. On summon, he targets a Destiny hero in your graveyard and burns your opponent for that much damage. Timing around, you win. And also, if this card's attack is not its original, you can return it to its original attack, and you get a pop on your opponent's turn. So this is kind of like the Destroyed Fingers Enforcement before we got Destroyed Fingers Enforcement, just not as good, but still a pretty solid card. Destiny or Dangerous. This card does come up with those like really awkward, funny hands where you open Fusion Destiny and nothing else, or maybe you need a search. So you would Fusion Destiny and dump a Shadow Mist and a Malicious to get to puts the body on board, and you get to search over shadows, and now your Shadow Mist and now your Malicious is live, and you can just always link this off with the crossface header and continue with your plays. 2 Dark Claw, like I said earlier, Dark Claw is crazy. Once on field, any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished. And if your opponent adds a card from their deck to your hand outside of the draw phase, you can banish a random card from your opponent's hand. It's really difficult for some decks to push through every single one of their cards, not going to the graveyard and being banished. It's really hard because I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh's meta is so graveyard dependent. So for you to cut that part of the game completely out for them with this card is crazy. And pairing this up with Destroy Fingers Enforcer makes it really hard to get over. Couple more mass heroes. Have Acid and Absolute Zero. Like I said, we are playing Sunrise here to search out the Mirror Confusion. You can Mirror Confusion into this using a hero monster and a water monster, so Liquid Soldier and another hero monster. And you guys know the combo by now. It's not anything new. You mass change Absolute Zero into Mass Hero Acid, and it's a complete board wipe. Because when this leaves the field, it destroys all your opponent's monsters, and when this hits the field, it destroys all its spell and trap cards. So pretty crazy. And elementalhero Sunrise, pretty good card. Like I said, it adds you Mirror Confusion on summon. And it also, your monsters gain 200 attack for each attribute of hero monster you have on the field. And during the battle phase, if hero monster attacks or battles, you can destroy one card. You target a card your opponent controls and destroy it. So it makes it kind of tricky to get over with it, boosting your heroes and it being a pop during the battle phase. The last card here is Trinity. I do not find myself being a Trinity a lot, but lines where you do have Trinity, it's just game. Honestly, if your opponent has a board full of monsters, you can make Trinity, and at some point throughout the condos, search elementalhero Honest Neos, and make him 7,500, and he can't attack directly, but he can attack 3 times, and he just beats over the entire board. And that's 7,500 into a bunch of monsters is gonna get it done 9 times out of 10. So that is it for the deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. This is the first of many videos, and see you guys next time.